So you are fresh off of opening weekend. How do you feel?
Fantastic. Like, couldn't feel better. The whole journey of this whole process was just like so beautiful. And I feel like it was always just like, oh my God, that's gonna be so sick. That's gonna be so sick. And like everything was just this evolving, so much work. And then finally getting it to this like really perfect state that myself and my team, really got it to. We're just so proud of it and so excited to share it with people. It's been epic.
I mean, I think the reviews, everybody has said that it's been such an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And you're the first to make an album specifically for the Sphere. How did it all come about?
Yeah, I mean, when it became kind of on our radar as a potential, like I've always wanted to do something there, but I feel like I'd have the most creative freedom and most like be able to push the boundaries the best if I started from scratch. And if that doesn't necessarily mean I'm not playing any of my older stuff, but I wanted the body, the main like story to be new, and I wanted to be like really kind of just pushing the boundaries of what we can do spatially, effects wise. And so really 15 months ago was when I was just like, let's just do an album show. Let's write a new story for it. Like I love telling stories and making worlds out of my albums. And this was just like the best canvas to do that on, for sure, by far. So fun.
What's kind of the difference, I guess, like lyrically and producing wise, making something for a venue rather than just, making it for you?
Yeah. Well, the special thing about this venue is it's so immersive that you can like really like we went really hard on kind of meshing the worlds of storytelling and really just like some trippy moments and some like, really out there moments. And I just feel like kind of weaving in and out of that kind of writing the music for those scenes, and we really had this base storyline and the chapters before we had the music. We didn't necessarily have the visuals done, but we had little sketches and we knew this was going to be this moment. And I'm going to write, like, for example, Into the Dark is this like really, really emotional part where like this character is traveling into the dark to try to like save her better half. And it's like very much was written and it feels like it's meant to be together in that part. So that was really fun. I loved that. I loved that whole thing.
Speaking about the characters, Lux and Umbra, tell me a little bit about how you came up with the two that we follow throughout the show.
Yeah. So the first kind of like creative meeting, myself, my wife, and Sandy, who's creative director, and like pretty much when was that? Like January last year, we started like plotting this out, and we and I was always like, I really want to like have this like create these two really big worlds around a light for like the light aspects of yourself and the dark aspects of yourself. And I want them to have, like totally like the same character, but the polar opposites of it. Like, that's kind of like what's inside of us. And like the whole journey of trying to find the good in both sides and like accepting yourself and finding confidence and love and like all of that, like that battle that we all go through at like especially just like I just really resonate with that type of like inner battle and trying to like defeat your demons and stuff like that. So that was like the baseline of it. And when we got with Woodblock and we were like throwing those ideas out there, Woodblocks who helped us pretty much took that thought and like made these characters in the world so epic visually and just like, blown away by them. Yeah.
Yeah, I know the fight scene is like,
fight scene's crazy.
It's so good and so funny in my mind. I'm like, you just needed to hear like the Mortal Kombat sound.
I know, right? It's just so like the epic. I love like I've been gaming forever and like the epic throwdown and like all of the sound effects that we've had that we were able to like work in with everything. Like just I feel like create a whole new level of immersion and definitely haven't seen anything like that at that venue. It's so fun.
Yeah. And speaking about the sound effects too, because I was in the 100 section the first night.
Yeah.
Third night, I was in the 300 section. And it's funny because you hear the different sounds when you're higher up. Like I can hear at one point maybe the Phoenix.
Yeah.
And then like different things that I didn't hear necessarily in the 100 section.
100%.
So it's a different experience.
Totally. And there's some, it was always like, when we were programming all of the audio, we would constantly be like, we would be in the center and we would check on the left and check on the right. Like there was so many, we would go to like every, and there's definitely like in some spots you hear more of the sound effects, in some spots you hear a little bit less of them, but we found it really like a pretty nice balance. And man, it was so much fun work, like just stuff that I've never gotten into. The spatial audio side of it was just epic.
So then what are some of the other challenges you think that you faced when creating a show for the Sphere that you wouldn't have faced, necessarily creating a show for the festival?
Yeah, it's hard to call them challenges because it's also exciting. It's like it's just new opportunities to push an immersive show, and that's where it's like it might not be like it's absolutely more work and like not, but I love it. I love being able to like, it's almost like you're dialing in for a movie soundtrack ish, but even more detailed in some aspects. But the whole experience was phenomenal. I would like, it's just so fun, and it pleased my like nerd side to really like delve into a really immersive show. It was so fun.
And then how did you, your discography is gigantic. There's so many songs. How did you figure out which ones to play? Because we still got the classics like Sideways, Crawl Out of Love, Fractures. That is such a beautiful scene, by the way. Amazing.
Oh, I love it. It's just like such a, like, I don't want to be a spoiler alert here, but it's just like such a good part. I love it.
Yeah, but how did you figure out which songs to put in and which songs to save for later or not?
So it was really like I was trying to stick with like in terms of just musically, I base it on key, like what key am I touching in this scene? And then I look at my old discography and like, okay, what's in a similar tempo? What's in a similar key that works thematically? Like Take Me Back into Sideways, like it just worked so well. And same with like Forever into Nightlight. And it was and the visual worked so well with it. So I wouldn't just like throw an old thing in just to have it in there. Like it really had to fit the vibe and the story. And I went through so many different iterations of the set. And I had like at one point a lot more heavy stuff. And I actually like removed a lot just to like, because I feel like the story was so beautiful and epic. And I was like, I feel like this is just where it was steering me.
Speaking of it being a little heavy, Slave to the Rhythm.
Yes.
Some people have said that it is a little demonic for your usual graphics and visuals.
I think it's just so hilarious because like if you actually went to the whole show, it's literally about like defeating your demons and like being connected with yourself. And like I am such a huge Bring Me fan. I love their shows. And I don't think people really like put the two together. And if you're at the show, you obviously see it's like, okay, like there's a glitch happening. It's like super cool sound effects, and then like Bring Me the Horizon hijacks in, and it's this like really cool, way different moment. Like so stand on its own, and Ollie was so awesome and creatively involved with me, and it was fun as hell. And it's like, it's not even. I don't even think it's that scary. Like it's just sick metal mixed with electronic hard techno. It's like a vibe. But yeah. I think a lot of people were just like rage baiting typical internet stuff. And then some people are like, oh, is it really demonic? Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm harvesting. So I'm sacrificing souls at my Sphere show here. Sorry.
Well, it's funny because also, you know what I mean? Like, and you know this, your nickname is known as like the EDM Jesus.
I know. You can't, you got to choose one or the other. Yeah. The haters got to pick a side here.
Like, which one are you doing? Your wife is listed as a creative director, which I think is so beautiful. Yes. How is that working with her?
She is just freaking wonderful. I mean, like pretty much every aspect of my project on the artistic side, like art, colors, pretty much everything she has her hands on. And like, she just has an eye that I do not have, especially for all of these visuals, like color correcting or like different lighting. Like there's just a lot of things that I don't see. And I'm like, it's not quite there yet, but I know it's missing something. And she always knows what it's missing. She's just really detailed and like has an artistic eye to everything, and so talented, and definitely like would not have made such a beautiful show without her by my side. She's freaking epic.
We love that. Shout out to wifey.
Yeah, I'm trying to convince her because she did the first little like voice acting monologue thing. And I'm like so trying to convince her to do it live, and she's way too nervous. But I'm maybe by April we'll get her out there.
I was just gonna say maybe by April, like at least get her on the last show.
Yeah, exactly.
Get her in there.
Just have her come out like dressed like a Bene Gesserit, like so that'd be sick.
Now you're really gonna spread the rumors with everybody.
I know, it'll be sick. Yeah, go tag her and tell her to do it. She should.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a favorite part?
Oh man, that's so hard. I mean, I love the ending, like War, the final drop of War with the, again, spoiler alert, defeating, like that part just hits me so good. I think the fight scene is fantastic. One part that always picks me up is Into the Dark. The second half of Into the Dark gets me real good. And then, I mean, the last like 3 songs, I love. Like it just feels so rewarding, and like all that really matters moment into the also like the finale medley, visiting everything, that just wrecks me every time, every night. It's just I'm so grateful for the journey, and it's just been such a ride. And here we are now. I feel like I'm just so proud of the show, and it's such an epic way to kind of say goodbye. Yeah, it's awesome.
I think the medley of how, I mean, most of your fans know you're going to close with Good Things Fall Apart, or assume that you would.
Yeah.
But the medley at the end, I think, is what really brings the emotion of everybody, because it is the songs that we love and know you for.
Yeah.
And then also, obviously, Into Forever. I'm trying not to spoil it too much for people.
It's so hard not to spoil it.
I know.
It's all right. It's all on.
I'm also a fan.
Online now. It's okay.
Yeah, but I mean, how did you kind of come up with that to kind of change that up for the fans and for the sphere?
Yeah, the whole idea on on Good Things was going to be like the Phoenix flying around, and I was just like, I really wanted. I knew I wanted to, make the last like half like just something different at the very end. And as I was like just thinking, I was like, it would be really cool to like fly around and kind of visit these scenes of my career and like scenes of like different albums, because really, like, in my mind, everything is intertwined, and there's like a very much like all of these stories are kind of connected, and just like they can stand on their own. But I just feel like I've always loved like the Phoenix and that journey, and so I feel like they really crushed in terms of like let's like visit the ghosts of these album covers and stuff, and they crushed that, and it messes me up every time. Oh, and and Peanut at the end. Oh my God, at the end of the credits, that one wrecks me too.
Oh my God, I missed it the first night, and then the third night I stayed and even took a photo, and I'm like, oh my God, it's so sweet. Yeah. For you, like looking back, when you would have thought, years from now that you would ever be playing the Sphere, what would you kind of tell yourself?
Oh man, I mean, every step of the way, I feel like I'm just like grateful to be there, and definitely would not have believed myself. I mean, it's just when I visited it, when I came to play Allegiant, we visited it when it was being built, and it was just so freaking cool. And it was like, we need to keep this on our radar, but it wasn't like I have seen 3 other shows there. They're all fantastic. The place is just it's just like so new and fresh, and you can do so much in there. But yeah, I would just tell myself, keep rocking, keep your head down and grind through it all. I mean, there's ups and downs and everything. And like, we're just at the end of the day, like, just grateful to be here and be able to like share my message and my story with everyone.
Do you have anything that you might change or something that might be new for this weekend or in April?
In terms of, I mean, we have all the new, by the way, I didn't touch the support sets are so sick. If everyone definitely needs to come, because like the stuff that we're all doing and they are all doing with kind of like live, everything is really reactive to the music and it's all live. You really feel it. I'm stoked on that. But in terms of new, we got some, different special guests. There's not like, other than Mako and the string players, there's different people popping in and out. And, but yeah, we're just going to keep grinding. It's so epic.
Yeah, I was going to say the openers, Alok and then Wooly on Saturday. Wooly threw it down.
Like, yeah, it was so good.
It was so good.
I love that.
Well, question about their graphics. Is that something
Yes.
that you control or is that something that the Sphere controls?
So we are, it's a good question. I mean, it's always, everything is collaborative, it's like never just, but we came with pretty much like, we wanted to deliver a really like special show for everyone that's playing beforehand, and like we incorporate their visuals as much as we can, but we also have all of these settings and like really reactive to the music, kind of like on the fly immersive visuals. That's definitely new. Like I've never seen that for pretty much at all, in terms of, especially at support at the Sphere. Like feels very custom. Everything feels really custom and immersive. So they crushed it, the whole team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was not, how do I say this? Anima, I saw him the first night and it was just a cloud for his opener. So I think when we walked into A-Lock, I was shocked. I mean, it was almost, as if that was its own separate show.
Totally. And that was the goal. I think like all of these, like Anima or anyone, that it's all learning. Like this is a brand new place. Mm-hmm. You can't like, once I saw it, I was like, okay, what can we, you take little things. You're like, what can you improve? And there's definitely like so many learning lessons as you go. I'm like, same thing would be for me. Like we would do other things a little bit differently, although I feel like I feel pretty fire after this whole weekend, like so pumped about everything. But there's always, there's so many learning experiences through the whole thing. So, yeah.
And then any plans to continue past April at the Sphere?
No plans as of now. Yeah, no plans. We really have just been grinding and focusing on all these 9 shows, and we don't really know what's on the horizon after that.
What's next for you?
What's next for me? I debuted that David Guetta song, the collab with Dustin Lynch. That's going to come out pretty soon. That was really fun. Just like I love David Guetta. I've been listening to him for freaking, he's just iconic, and can't wait for that song to come out. It's very like fun house kind of Avicii vibes. But yeah,
your first collab together?
Yes, yeah, super fun. But yeah, I honestly this is all that I've been thinking about. So I don't have like a ton of huge plans after this. I know myself and my team keep talking and trying to figure it out, but this is pretty much took entirely like my entire creative mind for the past 15 months. So I'm just excited to play these next 6 shows. Yeah.
Is there anything that you kind of want the fans to take away, or what would you say to them after they see the show?
I just hope, like what's blown me away is how, like going into all of this, I was like really hoping they would like kind of understand the story, but also have a really amazing immersive time and not depend on knowing the story. Like you're still going to have an amazing time if you're not like, I think it's pretty followable, but also like everyone is having fun and it's easy to get distracted. And so I think like what's blown me away is how beautiful everyone has taken it all and like really like found it remarkable. And that's freaking like at the end of the day my goal, and like that's all I want to give more people, because it means so much to me. And I'm taking like a part out of myself and giving it into this like whole world, and so that's making me so happy. So I just hope that continues.